Hi folks, Ryan Smith, Ultimate Closer, back again. And if you notice, my board looks exactly the same as it did 4 seconds ago. So before I move on to the next thing, I want to teach you how to transition the objections, right? And I want to show you how to overcome some of these, and we'll do them individually, broken down. I'm going to go really fast through a couple of them, so, you know, don't get too hung up on that, because later on I'm going to go through them. I'm going to give you the close, I'm going to write them down, I'm going to spell them out for you, I'm going to show you all the underlying themes in there so you know exactly what components are part of them, so you understand a de-escalating statement, you understand a value building statement, you understand what social normalization looks like in a statement, and then we're going to tie all that down with the sales tie down, so we're going to get to that. So when I look at these, okay, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to show you how to transition. So if I get down here to my negotiating phase and the customer says, oh, everything looks great, but I need to think about it. Okay, not a problem. How long do you think you would need? 3 days? Now, truth is, no matter what they say, it does not matter. Okay? So the truth is, Mr. Customer, whether it's 3 days, 3 minutes, or 3 years from now, you're going to ask yourself 3 things. May I share them with you? Sure. Well, the first thing you're going to ask yourself is this the person and the place that you would like to do business with? Now, Mr. Customer, have I done anything to offend you and keep you from buying this car today? Well, no, you've been great. Whew. Right? Now, I know the answer to that, okay? Because had I offended him, he wouldn't be sitting here with me right now. Second thing you're going to ask yourself is whether or not this is the vehicle you'd like to own. Mr. Customer, is this the vehicle you'd like to own? Now, when I get back from a test drive, the $1 million question that I ask, guess what it is? Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is this the vehicle you'd like to own? Well, yeah, we really like this vehicle. Great. So he's going to answer yes. So far, 2 questions up, 2 questions down. I knew the exact answer before I asked him. Customer has the illusion of being under control when in fact I'm the one driving the ship. Okay? So, without doing all the pause and teachings, I'm going to go through the close one time uninhibited. So, hey, I got to think about it. Not a problem. How long do you think you would need? 3 days? Well, truth is, whether it's 3 days, 3 minutes, or 3 years from now, you're going to ask yourself 3 things. May I share them with you? Sure. Great. The first thing you're going to ask is this the person and place I like to do business with? Now, Mr. Customer, have I done anything to offend you and keep you from buying this car today? No, you've been great. Thank you so much for that. Second is whether or not this is the vehicle you'd like to own. Mr. Customer, is this the vehicle that you'd like to own? Yeah, well, we like that vehicle. Great. Hey, not a problem. I get it, right? I saw how excited you were on the test drive. Next, thirdly, you're going to ask yourself whether or not this vehicle has been able to be fit into your budget. Now, Mr. Customer, my guess is since you had no objections to the first 2, I haven't found a way to make this vehicle affordable for you yet. Mr. Jones, what can I do to these figures here to help get them into your budget? Now shut up. Right? And he's going to say something. Well, right there, closed. Okay? The second he says anything, closed. Because when he starts talking, what are you no longer doing? You're no longer thinking about it. What are you now doing? I'm negotiating, and I'm preparing myself again to do what? Ask them to buy. Okay? So, when I talk about these, right, I have you'll hear pray about it a lot, and the first time I encountered this, I was 16 years old, and I was going door to door selling Kirby vacuum cleaners, and I heard it a lot, and it started to bother me, and believe me, I'm a religious person, so not in that kind of facet, but the fact that it was like, my God, it was almost like diplomatic immunity. It was a pull this card and game over, right? Because I can't seem insensitive. You know, if I start trying to go around that and downgrade it and all those kind of things, then I have 0 chance of being a sale, and I'm probably getting kicked out of the house. So I kept hearing it. So I went back and I studied, and I took the things I knew about closing, and I did a whole bunch of different stuff, and finally, poof, eureka, I got it. So man, I went that next door, and I was excited, right? I was like, please God, let them have to pray about this. I need them to pray about this because I need to see if it works. Sure enough, lo and behold, Ryan, we love the Kirby, but we need to pray about it. Hey, not a problem, Mr. Jones. I understand. I'm a completely religious person myself. But here's some good news for you. See, last week, I sold a preacher, and he prayed on it. So the fact is, this has already been pre-approved by God. So feel free to go ahead and make your decision. Now, don't ever use that because it gets you kicked out of the house. Now, for me, it was great because I right then and there I learned, and I said, so I'm going to get these things, but if I find ways around them, then I move on and I sell and I make money? Oh, what a novel concept. So I'm in. But not the point. Excuse me. So we actually don't have a close on Pray About It. Doesn't exist, right? I'm sure there's several versions of this and versions of that, and oh my God, let's get down and pray, right? And all those different kinds of things. But they're just not effective. So in this brief training video that you've looked at me with here, what on here do I have that you know? We know think about it now because I just taught it to you. Okay? So when I look at this and I have somebody that says they want to pray on it, not a problem. And I'm going to transition them into one that I know and know exactly how to overcome it. So you need to pray on it? Hey, I get that. I'm a religious person too. Makes sense to me.